Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Miss Ashley. I'm a librarian with the San Mateo County Libraries, and this is our sing-along jam. This is my cat, Petunia. She's very kind of cranky right now, but I brought her back to say hi to you. I'll hold her up to the camera for just a minute. So you can tell she's annoyed because her ears are a bit back. You ever get a little annoyed with people? Cats are very good at looking annoyed, but I'll give her a little treat after this. And you say, bye, Petunia. Bye, Petunia. All right. I like to show you all of my pets. We have a lot in our house. And I hope you got to check out Ricardo's Open Labs right before me. He does a really great job with activities you can do at home with things from around the house. And speaking of that, if you've been with me before, you probably already know the drill. If you haven't, this is your first time watching this program for our sing-along jam, we like to gather up some kind of a cloth. This is a cloth napkin, or you can use a washcloth, or a blankie, or paper napkin, something you can crumple up, throw in the air like that, because we like to do songs with what we would use scarves in the library, but we don't have them today. The other thing, if you can look around your house for something to make noise with, and you have all kinds of options. Some things you could use are a container of salt is really fun. You can bang on it, or shake it. If you have a pot and pan, or a spoon in a pan, or some paper cups, some keys, or you may even have a real drum of some kind lying around you can play. You may have a toy guitar or another instrument in your house you could use too. I have my ukulele. We're gonna start with our first song, which is called We Bounce and We Bounce and We Stop. All right, if you've been doing this with me all along, you know the song well, but you have to listen very closely for the stop. Here we go. We bounce, we stop. We bounce, we bounce, we stop. We bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we stop. Great job, let's try that again. Did you get all the stops? We bounce, we bounce, we stop. We bounce, we bounce, we stop. We bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we stop. Great job. Can you shake your head? We shake, we stop. We shake, we stop. We shake, we shake, we shake, we shake, we shake, we shake, we stop. Kind of along those lines, can you twist? You can even swing your arms out of, you have space. Don't bump into anybody. We twist, we twist, we stop. We twist and we twist and we stop. We twist and 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 we stop. And now let's turn all the way around. We turn and we turn and we stop. We turn and we turn and we stop. We turn and 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 we stop. Oh, I'm a little dizzy. Let's tickle yourself or your brother, sister. We tickle and we tickle and we stop. We tickle and we tickle and we stop. We tickle and 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 we stop. Great job. Now let's hug. We hug, we stop. We hug, we stop. We hug, we hug, we hug, we hug, we hug, we hug, we stop. And now let's bounce one more time. Ready? We bounce, we stop. We bounce, we stop. We bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we stop. Good listening. Well, today's story time is all about animals. So it's time for our first story. This is from a collection of ebooks on our website at smcl.org called Access 360. It's got lots of ebooks and audiobooks. This book is called Ollie the Stomper. Now, Ollie is a little goose, a gosling, and he stomps. Can you stomp your feet? You won't be able to see me stomping my feet, so I brought my friend Werbit. He'll stomp his feet for us. Can you stomp your feet? This is by Olivier Dunria and published by Houghton Mifflin Company. If you ever see these books in real life, they're very cute little books about that big. They're square. My son really enjoyed them when he was little, and I've always liked them too. Ollie the Stomper. This is Ollie. This is Gussie. This is Gertie. They are goslings. That means they're baby geese. Gussie wears bright red boots. Aren't those cute? Gertie wears bright blue boots. Ollie wants boots. Gussie and Gertie tromp in the straw. Can you tromp? It's like walking kind of heavily in your boots. Ollie stomps after them. Can you stomp? Stomp, 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 stomp. Gussie and Gertie romp in the rain. Can you leap in the air? Ollie stomps after them. Stomp, 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 stomp. Gussie and Gertie jump over a puddle. Can you jump? Whee! Ollie stomps after them. Stomp, 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 stomp. I don't know about you, but I like to stomp in the puddles myself, especially if I have boots on like that. Gussie and Gertie march to the pond. We march. Ollie stomps after them. Stomp, 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 stomp. Oops. Gussie and Gertie hide in the pumpkins. You see their boots? I want boots! Ollie shouts. Can you try that? Let's shout it together. I want boots! Gussie and Gertie stomp to Ollie. Stomp, 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 stomp. Gussie gives Ollie a red boot. Gertie gives Ollie a blue boot. Wasn't that nice? He didn't even say please. And they gave them a boot. Look, now they only have one boot each, and he's got two. Ollie hops to the barn. Can you hop? Hop, hop, hop. Gussie and Gertie follow. Ollie stomps to the piggery. Here we go. Stomp, 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 stomp. Gussie and Gertie follow. Ollie stares at his boots. These boots are too hot, Ollie shouts. Ollie kicks off his boots. Kick. Gussie kicks off her boot. Gertie kicks off her boot. Let's go swimming, Ollie shouts. And they do. And that's Ollie the Stomper by Olivier Donria. Isn't that a cute story? Let's do a song where we get to do some stomping, and it has lots of feelings in it. There were a lot of feelings in that book, weren't there? Ollie was a little bit grumpy, like Petunia at the beginning of my story time. This song is called If You're Happy and You Know It. Usually we just sing If You're Happy and You Know It. I like to put in lots of different feelings because it's important to be able to say how you're feeling. Especially those big feelings. So let's start out. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And we'll go from there. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Though you're not always happy, are you? Sometimes, what do you do when you're sad? When you cry? Sometimes you cry. Woo-hoo. If you're sad and you know it, cry boo-hoo. If you're sad and you know it, cry boo-hoo. If you're sad and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're sad and you know it, cry boo-hoo. Oh, but what if you're angry? It's really important if you're angry to be able to say that you're angry. Can you say, I'm mad? You can even stomp your feet like Ollie did. If you're angry and you know it, say, I'm mad. I'm mad. If you're angry and you know it, say, I'm mad. I'm mad. If you're angry and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're angry and you know it, say, I'm mad. I'm mad. But if you're sleepy, let's yawn and big stretch. If you're sleepy and you know it, yawn and stretch. If you're sleepy and you know it, yawn and stretch. If you're sleepy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, yawn and stretch. Oh, did I fall asleep? I'm so embarrassed now. Do you ever get embarrassed and you kind of want to hide? Can you hide? Peekaboo! Let's see that one. If you're embarrassed and you know it, hide your face. Peekaboo! If you're embarrassed and you know it, hide your face. Peekaboo! If you're embarrassed and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're embarrassed and you know it, hide your face. Peekaboo! But let's be really happy. Can you be really, really happy? If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray! Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray! Hooray! If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray! Hooray! There we go. It's time for our scarf song. So find whatever kind of cloth you found around your house. This is a nursery rhyme that we've done before. You might know the nursery rhyme. It's called Little Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep is about a shepherdess, which is somebody who watches the sheep. Sometimes in the past they wore things on their head like this. So Little Bo Peep, and then this is also our sheep. So we're gonna hide it away where she can't find it. It goes like this. You put it on your head. Can you be a shepherd or a shepherdess? Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep. And doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Can you wag your tail? Good job. Let's do it again. I'm gonna hide it in a different place this time. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep. Where'd it go? And doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Let's hear one more time. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Great job. Okay, now we're gonna do a song called Shoe Fly. It's an old song, originally written by T. Brigham Bishop. The version we're going to sing is by Greg and Steve. It's a version where you get to pretend to be lots of different animals. So the first part of the song goes like this. You got your cloth. It's going to be our fly swatters. We're shoeing the fly. Here we go. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. I'll tell you what I want to be. I wiggle, I wiggle, I wiggle like a wiggling worm. I wiggle, I wiggle, I wiggle like a wiggling worm. Oh, shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. I'll tell you what I want to be. Can you be a kangaroo? They hop. I hop, I hop, I hop like a kangaroo. I hop, I hop, I hop like a kangaroo. Oh, shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. I'll tell you what I want to be. Can you flutter like a butterfly? I flutter, I flutter, I flutter like a butterfly. I flutter, I flutter, I flutter like a butterfly. Oh, shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. I'll tell you what I want to be. Yay! So you can sing that song and you can be different animals. You can put our scarves away. I have one more book for you. It's got lots of animals in it. It's called Still a Gorilla. Have you seen the gorillas in the zoo? They're really amazing. Let's see here. I need to get back to the beginning. I did this once before. Sorry, I thought it was the beginning of the book. I thought that was the last page. Was actually the end. Don't look at anything. This is a spoiler. Here we go. Still a Gorilla. This is from a collection we have called Access 360 as well, the same as the first book. This is called Still a Gorilla. It's by Kim Norman and illustrated by Chad Garan. It's published by Orchard Books. So gorillas, the big male gorillas, and even the females, I think, they beat their chests like this. Can you try it? Sometimes it's fun to make a noise when you do that. Okay, still a gorilla. Look at the zoo, city zoo. This is Willie. As you can see, Willie is a gorilla. Can you beat your chest? Willie would like to be something else. Here he's thinking about being a lion, or a goat, or a walrus, or a kangaroo, or an alligator. Maybe a lion? If Willie strides outside and roars with pride, will Willie be a lion? Willie? Can you roar like a lion with me? Let's see if you can roar so loudly I can hear you all the way in Pacifica. Try it. Roar! Wow, let's try it again, really loud. Roar! Wow, that was amazing. No, he tried it, he's still a gorilla. What about a walrus? If Lily's teeth grew wrong, a foot too long, will Willie be a walrus? Will he? What do you think? Look, he's put bananas here. Nope, he's still a gorilla. How about a billy goat? If Willie chews on crates, look at this goat is eating this wooden box, or headbutts gates. Like goats like to hit things with their heads like that. Will Willie be a billy goat? Will he? What do you think? No, still a gorilla. Now his head hurts. He hurt his head trying to butt into a gate. Perhaps an alligator if Willie creeps and chomps in slimy swamps. Will Willie be an alligator? Will he? What do you think? Can you chomp like an alligator? No, still a gorilla. He's in the water with all these sharp things with big teeth. That doesn't look like a good place to be. Maybe a kangaroo if Willie thumps and jumps over plum tree stumps. Will Willie be a kangaroo? Willie? You want to jump? Jump. Did you see the baby kangaroo? A baby kangaroo is called a joey, right there in the mommy's pouch. No, still a gorilla. Poor Willie. Well, how about this? What if Willie roars and grows, chews and butts, creeps and chomps and thumps and jumps all at the same time? Will Willie be silly? Yes, Willie will be silly, very silly, and still a gorilla. Yeah, always a gorilla. That book reminds me of a song I learned a long time ago. Last time, if you were with me on Wednesday, we did a song with some sign language. This song has some sign language in it too. We need to know the sign for banana. You pretend like you're peeling a banana like this. And coconut, so you make an imaginary coconut here and shake it. That's coconut, banana. The third one is grapes. So you put your hand like this and you put your other hand. It's like you're showing the different rows of grapes on a bunch of grapes. That's grapes. So this song goes like this. Oh, and the other thing I should tell you, it mentions someone named Tarzan. You may have heard of Tarzan. There's a Disney movie about Tarzan. There was an old TV show, and Tarzan is a man who lives with the wild animals, and he beats on his chest like a gorilla, and he makes this sound. Ah, can you do that? Ah. Oh, my brother can do that and really well. It's amazing. Okay, let's try this song. It goes like this. I like bananas, coconuts, and grapes. I like bananas, coconuts, and grapes. Oh, I like bananas, coconuts, and grapes. That's why they call me Tarzan of the Apes. Ah! Let's try that again. I like bananas, coconuts, and grapes. I like bananas, coconuts, and grapes. Oh, I like bananas, coconuts, and grapes. That's why they call me Tarzan of the Apes. Ah! That one fun. Okay, well, it's time for a play along. So get out whatever instruments you found to make noise with. We're gonna do one of my favorite songs. It's called Going to the Zoo by Tom Paxton. Got your instruments? Here we go. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. I'm going to sing about the elephants with their long trunk swinging and their great big ears. See the elephants with the long trunk swinging, great big ears and the long trunk swinging, snuffing up peanuts with the long trunk swinging, and we can stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. Now we get to be monkeys. They're scratch, scratch, scratching and swinging by their long tails. Here we go. See all the monkeys are scritch, scritch, scratching, jumping all around and scritch, scritch, scratching, hanging by their long tails, scritch, scritch, scratching, and we can't stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. Now we're gonna be a great big bear. He's a huff, puff, a puffin'. Here we go. See the great big bear, he's a huff, puff, a puffin'. Coat's too heavy, he's a huff, puff, a puffin'. Don't get too near the huff, puff, a puffin', or you won't stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. Oh, but we've been there. I'm tired of sleepy. Oh, we stayed all day. And I'm getting sleepy. Sitting in the car, getting sleepy. I'm already and I'm sleepy because we have stayed all day. We've been to the zoo, so have you. You came to. We've been to the zoo. But guess what? Mommy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow. Mommy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. Okay. I love to go to the zoo, don't you? Let us quickly, let me show you a little activity you can do at home, which is something I like to leave you with. So if you have in your house some bubble wrap. Now my favorite thing to do with bubble wrap, of course, is to pop the little bubbles. It makes a loud popping noise. But lately I've noticed a lot of the bubble wrap that I get doesn't pop, which is very disappointing. But you can still do something fun with it. So if you have some bubble wrap, you can either use paint, if you have paint, or if you want something a little less messy, you can use markers. And all you do is take your marker and your bubble wrap, and you just color You can color as much as your bubble wrap as you want. You can use several different colors. That was yellow, doesn't show up very well on the bubble wrap, but you'll see what happens. This is kind of a greenish blue, a teal. I'll do one more. I have a dark blue. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit of a glare. But right now it's just some color on the bubble wrap. Doesn't really look like much yet. Comes the blue. So you can do as much of your bubble wrap as you want. Now the fun part. You take a piece of paper and you are going to, you're going to push your piece of paper on top of the place where you colored it. Kind of press it down. Rub your hand over it. This is the magic part. You lift it up, it makes a colorful pattern that looks a little bit like maybe a snake skin or an alligator, something with scales. So it's a fun project that you can use your bubble wrap for and make kind of animal textures, like animal skin. Okay, well that's all the time we have. So we're gonna end with our usual ending song called Freight Train by Elizabeth Cotton and Elizabeth Mitchell, where we get to ride our imaginary train wherever we want to go. So here we go. Got your instruments again? Get ready. Freight train, running so fast. Freight train, running so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone. Oh, that last one made me miss the zoo. Let's go to the zoo, shall we? Going to the zoo, going so fast. Going to the zoo, going so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone. Oh, one of my favorite animal places to go is the San Diego, or the Wild Animal Park, which is down in Youre, San Diego. I think it's actually in Escondido. But we'll see about San Diego because they have a great zoo too. Going to San Diego, going so fast. Going to San Diego, going so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone. Oh, I'd also love to go to the animal shelter. That's where I got my cat Petunia. I just walked by, and our bunny rabbit. There's lots of nice animals at our animal shelter. Let's go see them. Going to the animal shelter, going so fast. Going to the animal shelter, going so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone. Oh boy, let's go somewhere where you can see lots of wild animals. Let's go to Australia where the kangaroos live, the koalas. Going to Australia, going so fast. Going to Australia, going so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone. We better come back home after all those adventures. Going back home now, going so fast. Going back home now, going so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone. Thank you so much for joining me today for our sing-along jam. I hope you had fun being animals and visiting lots of different places. Before we go, I'd like to remind your grown-ups of something very important, which is the census. You may have heard us talk a lot about the census lately. The census is something that happens only once every 10 years, and it's where the government counts everybody in the country. You want to make sure everybody fills out the census form and is counted, because that's how we get the money we need for our schools and hospitals and roads, everything that we use in our community. So make sure, ask your grown-up, have you been counted? Have you filled out the census? It's very easy. You go to my2020census.gov. You should get something in the mail You may have gotten something already. It has a unique code for your family, and you just click Start Questionnaire, and it just takes a few minutes to fill out. If you have any questions, there's a library page at smcl.org/census that will explain any questions you have about the process and how it works. So ask your grown-up, have you done the census yet? And that will be doing us a big, big favor. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I had lots of fun with you today, and I'll see you next time for our sing-along jam.